Welcome to this explainer. Let's get right into it because today we're tackling something that trips up almost everyone at some point: English articles. Whether you're a native speaker who just relies on your gut feeling or someone learning English who finds these tiny little words absolutely maddening, we've all been there. You're typing up an email and suddenly you freeze mid-sentence, second-guessing yourself. It's totally normal because these small words actually carry a ton of weight. Today we're going to break this down so clearly that you'll completely master a, an, the, and everything in between.
So think about this classic contradiction for a second. Why in the world is it a university but an umbrella? I mean, they both start with the exact same letter, right? The vowel U? It feels like a total trick question. English is notorious for these weird little inconsistencies, where what you see printed on the page just doesn't match the rules you learned in school. But stick with me, because by the end of this explainer, you won't just solve this exact mystery, the actual logic behind it is going to become total second nature to you.
Here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with what articles actually are, look at the indefinite a and an, move to the definite article the, cover the zero article, run through a 4-step diagnostic tool, and finish up with a practice quiz.
All right, Section 1, what are articles? We're looking at general versus specific.
Now, in old-school grammar books, you might have seen articles called adjectives, but in modern grammar, they're classified as determiners. Basically, think of them as the advanced team for your nouns. They jump in right before a noun to do one absolutely crucial job, telling us if we're talking about some general, random thing or a highly specific, particular thing. Without them, our sentences would be incredibly confusing. It'd be like trying to meet a friend without knowing if they're waiting at just any random coffee shop in the city or the specific coffee shop you guys always go to.
Let me show you exactly what I mean. Think about the difference between saying, I need a pen and I need the pen. That one tiny word swap completely changes the stakes. If you say a pen, you're saying, hey, just give me anything that writes. A cheap plastic one from the bottom of your bag is totally fine. But if you say the pen, you are pointing to a very specific object. You're signaling that there's only one pen that matters right now, maybe that fancy fountain pen on the desk for a big contract. Articles don't just make our grammar correct, they make our communication beautifully precise.
Moving right along to Section 2, indefinite articles, a and an.
Okay, here is the absolute golden rule of this whole explainer, so lock this in. You must base your choice entirely on how the word sounds, not how it's spelled. It is 100% about the sound coming out of your mouth. You use a before consonant sounds, those hard structural sounds like B or D or G. And you use an before vowel sounds like a, e, o, u. Notice how your mouth stays open for vowel sounds? That and gives you a little bridge so your words don't just awkwardly crash together. It's all about flow.
And boom, this perfectly solves our mystery from earlier. University starts with a vowel letter, sure, but say it out loud, university. It actually starts with a hard Y consonant sound. That yes sound is exactly why it gets an A. Meanwhile, umbrella genuinely starts with an vowel sound, so it takes an an. See? It's so simple once you hear it, and it's the exact same deal with silent letters. Take an hour or an honest man. The H is totally silent, so the very first sound your mouth makes is a vowel. Since you're making a vowel sound, an is the only choice that feels right.
Let's jump to Section 3, the definite article, the.
This category is great because it operates on shared knowledge. We use the when both of us know exactly what specific thing we're talking about. So you'll use it for totally unique things like the sun or the earth, use it for rivers and oceans, holy books, and even musical instruments like he plays the guitar. You also need it for superlatives like the tallest or the fastest. But you know English, there's always a quirky exception. It is so weird, but while we say the Himalayas for a whole mountain range, we completely drop the article for a single mountain. It's just Mount Everest. Never though Mount Everest. You gotta love those little linguistic quirks.
Which brings us to Section 4, the zero article. Basically, when to use absolutely nothing.
Sometimes the best word is literally no word at all. There are whole categories where we drop the article completely. Proper nouns, languages, academic subjects, meals, sports, none of these need an article. You naturally know this if you speak the language a lot. You'd never say, I'm speaking the English, or I'm eating the dinner, or let's go play the tennis. It's just English, dinner, and tennis. The only real exception here is if a country name is plural or historical, like the Netherlands or the United Kingdom.
And before we hit our diagnostic tool, look at how that golden sound rule saves us with acronyms. These are a massive trap because your eye sees a consonant but your mouth says a vowel.
IAS starts with an I sound, right? Vowel sound. So it's an IAS officer. But UPSC, that's that hard U sound again. So it's a UPSC aspirant. Remember, rule of sound never fails. Always trust your ears over your eyes.
All right, Section 5, the 4-step diagnostic, how to identify the correct article.
Think of this as your foolproof mental checklist. Step 1. Is it singular, countable, and new to the conversation? You need a or an. Step 2. Does it start with a vowel sound? Yes gets an, no gets a. Step 3. Is it highly specific or already known to us? Use the. And step 4. Is it a proper noun, meal, or subject? Take a step back, you need the 0 article. Once you practice this, your brain just runs this code in a fraction of a second.
Okay, Section 6, practice quiz time to test your knowledge.
Let's do a rapid-fire practice. He is blank honest police officer. Run it through the checklist, think about the sound. Got it? Yep, it's an an, because even though there's an H, it's totally silent. We hear the ah sound, so it's an honest police officer. Next up, blank earth revolves around blank sun. Give it a second. Remember our rule about one-of-a-kind things? Exactly. It's the for both. There's only one earth and one sun in our reality, so they absolutely demand that specific, definite article. Last one, watch out for the trap. I had blank breakfast at 8 a.m. Run the steps, and boom. This is the 0 article. Since breakfast is a meal, we use absolutely nothing, just I had breakfast. So, pulling this all together, it's actually really elegant. Any one general thing, a or an. A specific or unique thing, the. A proper noun, language, or meal, nothing at all. If you just take a mental snapshot of this, it removes all the guesswork. English grammar isn't just a bunch of random, annoying exceptions. It actually has this brilliant functional structure designed to tell us exactly what we're talking about. To wrap things up, just remember your golden rule. Choose a or an based entirely on the sound of the next word, not the spelling. That is the true secret here. And honestly, now that your ears are tuned to this, you are going to start noticing article mistakes everywhere you go today. So the real question I have to leave you with is, are you going to be able to resist the urge to correct everyone you talk to? Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and keep learning.